Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and this is DocStar TV. And today we're doing a show called Practitioner's Corner. And understand something, okay? Let's take a look at what we're really dealing with, okay? We're dealing with, okay, a planet, or at least the major part of the population that is not well. Yes or no? So we know that 86 to 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, depending on what state, what province, where you travel throughout North America. And it's similar throughout Europe as well, okay? Don't believe me, do your own research. We know this, okay? We know, oh, you're gonna love this one, that 43% of young children have a chronic disease. I hope you got this right. We also know that statistically, it is stated, okay, that if you have a child that's of the age 6 to 12 years old right now, supposedly they say that the parents will outlive the children because of the way the parents are feeding the child and because of the immune system of the child and the way it's going to be raised comparable to the adults that are raising the children. Wow. So here we are. We're in a situation that there are right now 100 times more natural health practitioners than medical practitioners. Meanwhile, the planet's never been so sick. Now, we know why. We could get into it, but I don't want to go down that road. The reality is the blue light, the 5G, and the GMOs, you know, the chemtrails. I could just keep going, but the list is so long, you could go crazy. But the reality is this. If we were to come together, okay, if we came together and we actually harnessed nature, okay, and science together, we would have the breakthroughs we need. Now, I'm going to be introducing right now Jason and Melissa from Marpe Wellness, and they're in Alberta, and they're actually helping put on the New World Practitioner course that's going to be happening in just approximately about 2 weeks from now. I don't know the exact dates because it's like, Daryl, go there, and that's where I go. So we will be doing a course up in Adrie, Alberta. And just so you know, we've got only 2 spots left for the Whole Life Coach, and we've got 4 for the Wolf Non-Surgical, and we've got 6 for the Woman's Pelvic course, all right? Pelvic Restoration course. But let us move on, and I want to bring on, and I want to show you something. So we're going to talk about what their background was, why they did what they did, and understand this. Did you know that most people become health practitioners because people in their family are not just sick, but they're passing away too soon, or they're dealing with their own health challenges, so they just want to get themselves better. But now, what this couple has done, because guess what? When 2 come together, okay, the heavens open up. And understand this, okay? They went from patient to healer, okay? All right, to hero, from victim to hero, and now they are practitioners. And understand something, they are getting the people that all the other natural health practitioners cannot help, and they are getting the people that have run the distance with the medical profession. Okay? All right, I will answer some questions at the end here, but believe it or not, they've only given me 25 more minutes. Because guess why? Because they're too booked with patients. There you go, okay? So understand, I will come back and answer the questions, but I don't want them to be late for the people that are coming that they're treating. Hey, Jason. Hi, Melissa. How you doing?
Hey, Daryl. We're doing great.
Yes, it's been a great day.
It's a fabulous day. Let me tell you, when you came to Extapa and you did your first New World Practitioner course, did you actually come with the intentions of actually opening up a clinic? Or were you just kind of feeling it out? I don't know. I never asked you this, did I?
No.
Okay, well, somebody.
When we first decided to go to Extapa, it was actually me that wanted to learn more from you.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
I followed you for several years. I first was introduced to you on The Truth About Cancer, and I just thought, wow, this guy, I can really relate, and I wanted to learn more from you.
Okay.
So,
but why did you come? Why did you come to learn more? What was the end goal? What was the end goal?
practitioner, but it was to help heal myself, I think, more than anything.
Can I ask what needed healing? What needed healing?
What's that?
What needed healing?
I didn't even realize the healing I needed, actually, until I got to your course. I
Right.
thought that I was fine. I thought that the medical system had fixed me and my problems. But I learned very soon into your courses that I was messed up.
Okay, so what you learned is that the medical system didn't fix you. You learned that the medical system is fixed.
Yes.
Yes.
They did actually more damage to me with surgery that wasn't necessary. And if only I'd known that I could have healed myself 9 years ago, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
It's up to you, but can you tell me what can you give me a little bit of history and what you went through and what you were suffering from and where you are right now? Is that okay?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
So in 2014, I had a hysterectomy.
Okay.
Because I was diagnosed with cervical cancer, issues with abnormal paps for many, many years. And it was in 2014 that they told me that I needed to undergo a complete hysterectomy.
Can I say something? Is it okay?
What's that?
When you were going for abnormal paps, do you know the only thing that they were seeing was bad bacteria?
Yeah.
And do you know that the only reason why is the only reason you have bad bacteria is because you were pooping in your pelvis, girl?
Yep.
So they asked you to give up your uterus and your ovaries because you were pooping in your pelvis.
Correct.
Okay, keep going though.
So I think it got to that point where I needed the hysterectomy, apparently, because I had been through so much stress. The year prior, I lost my brother to colon cancer. He had a 4-year fight. And so it had just put me in a very, very stressful situation where, the paps were coming back very abnormal. So the inflammation...
And can I say something?
Yes.
He's your brother. We take on the emotional suffering.
Yes.
So, people think that all diseases, or especially cancer, which is stage 4 inflammation, is genetic. And they did the Genome Project that they found out there are no diseases that are genetic. And they're still, to this day, still going on with this BS, dysfunctional belief system. And there's no diseases that are genetic. They are just signs and signals from the body that we're out of harmony. And the reality is we know this scientifically, that everything is epigenetic. So if you believe you're going to get something, you could get it. If you believe it runs in the family, it's going to. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you learn by taking on your brother's suffering? Because that's what we do, don't we? If we're a really good, loving person, I mean, you came to the course and you realized that suffering for your family does what?
Puts us in a place of disease.
That's right. Because you're not at ease anymore, because you're out of harmony. And you know what? We have been taught to feel guilty for feeling good, for feeling great, for feeling outstanding, for loving and caring for ourselves. Well, that's just one ticket to hell. The reality is has that changed for you?
Yes, it has changed. I mean, I'm still not perfect. I still got a ways to go, but
but look at how far you've come. When did you come? You came what, 6 months ago?
Yeah, January.
January. And guess what? You guys are booked up, right? And people have taken courses that are 4 years long, okay? You have people coming that have gone to those people that are coming to you for help. I mean, what does that tell you, Melissa?
Retiring from dentistry was the best thing I ever did, so I could take your course.
It tells me that there's a genius in all of us, and that you and Jason are doing a most beautiful and wonderful thing. And I got to tell you, everyone, out of all the people that have come in the last couple of years, these people rolled the dice harder than anyone else. in the course, and before the course was over, Jason and Melissa bought a Cellsonic, and I'm going to say this, a Cellsonic is like it's a $125,000 energy medicine device and a cardio med bed that can sell up to $150,000. And understand, these are the most powerful tools in the world. So do you see what happens when two come together and they believe in each other and they believe in their passion and they believe in their dreams? I don't mean that when you do, you go spend this kind of money. I'm telling you that they know what they want to do. And I will tell you, Jason is always on me. I mean, he can't learn enough. He can't do enough. And the reality is I love him for that, okay? And it's all about finding your passion and purpose. But guys, why don't you, well, first of all, I was going to ask you why you became a practitioner, but do you even know how you fell into that?
I don't know how he fell into it. I mean, it had something to do with you.
Well, I think, so my story is a little bit like I switched companies I was working for as a fleet car sales. And because of the industry, what's going on in the car sale industry, everything was quite slow for me in the fleet side. So it worked out. God put everything in the right order for us to be able to come to take the course in January. And I was going to go, I don't know if you remember the first conversation I had with you, but I said, here's our passion. This is what we're going to do. We're going to start our own health retreat up down in Panama, and we're going to do this and this and this. You're like, stop. It's going to fail within 6 months. I'm like, you don't even know who the hell I am, and you're telling me my company is going to fail. He's like, no, it's going to fail because of where you're going to locate it. You personally lived in Panama for 2.5 years, and you fed me that information in less than 10 minutes that this company would fail in that area because of the way the company or the country is set up.
Economics.
So right then and there, I was like, okay, Melissa, I'm not going to come down to Ixtapa to go golf every day and scuba dive. I guess I'm going to come to this course because this guy, even though he's a blunt, direct person that I didn't want to hear what he had to tell me, I also did want to hear what he had to tell me. I'm also pretty direct with everybody. That's
Really? Never noticed. Never noticed.
But coming to your course, it was day 3 when I walked over to you at a break and I said, how much to go all in? And you're like, whoa, slow down here. And I'm like, no, I have a vision. You already know my vision. And this is the perfect path for us. And we talked again throughout the week and organized everything and set everything up to set this up as a business.
Right.
Originally, my goal was after her losing her brother and us learning the awake before awake was a thing, we wanted to help heal people and teach them how to heal themselves. And we were thinking of hiring experts to do it, not becoming the expert. And through taking your course, I am an expert to a lot of people. Not to myself. I still come to you and others to get advice on certain things here and there, but I know a hell of a lot more than I did 6 months ago about this stuff.
Well, I know, but look at what your patients and clients are telling me even. So the reality is just know that you can sit in all the comfort of the world, because I'm going to tell you something. You know what? Know that you are blessed and you are being guided. And I'm not talking about me being your guide. I'm talking about a higher power. And I'm telling you this. You think about this, Jason. You can go to school and become a medical doctor. And understand, I'm not trying to pick on medical doctors. They're great for emergency care, but they're also the third leading cause of death in North America. That's how flip-flopped, upside down, inside out, the majority of the population is. Even though they're not getting results and there's so much pain and suffering, they just keep on doing the same thing. And the reality is, everybody, you can take this to the bank. You know, Jason and Melissa do the same thing. As every other practitioner gives a money-back guarantee on the first treatment, on their consultations. Let me tell you something. Who else is doing that, practitioner-wise or medical doctor-wise or naturopathic-wise out there? Understand, they're willing to put their information on the line because, believe it or not, you know now, even though I told you in the course, but I told you that you could teach anyone how to love and care for themselves and reverse any illness. And I guarantee you didn't believe me, did you, back then?
I didn't.
No. Are you starting to see it yet? Are you? Because you know what? It's like this. You know, I don't want to become arrogant. I don't want to have an ego. It's not about ego. It's about the body is the most amazing thing that was ever created. And people don't get that. The body has not forgotten how to heal. We have forgot what we are and what we're capable of. But are you two starting to really get this now? Because I guarantee you guys have some of the worst cases walking into you, okay, that have been given up by everybody else. So you must be getting it by now.
Absolutely. I mean, even in the beginning, I wasn't really all in, especially with our bodies are energy, and if we learn how to use this energy in the right way, it can heal itself. And then there's supplemental equipment that we can utilize to help, like the cell sonic, like the cardiac bed, like frequency machines. We have all this stuff. We've invested in this as a business, but also to help people heal. You can't go part way in the way I operate. I have to go all in or don't bother doing it at all. And, we were blessed to have the funds available to put this together to make it work. And it's working. But the energy, going back to the energy part of this, I wasn't certain that how energy worked and that it was within my body. But now, after watching, timeless videos of learning the stuff from you and others, but also seeing it firsthand with clients and changing their mindset on the energy in versus energy out and what you're getting, it's massive.
It certainly is.
It's been so life-changing and building our confidence to share and really put our foot down on a couple of people that are friends of ours that are like, yeah, I don't really believe the energy medicine or energy thing. Like, well, I can't help stupid, but I can help cure you if you be open-minded. And that's really what it comes down to, is you have to be open-minded. Like, you've tried everything else out there. So if nothing else worked, why would you not be open-minded to try something that is working for others?
We've lost faith in ourselves, Jason. You know that. We don't believe in our own ability for the body to heal. I think people lost faith in what I call God. I think they lost faith in their bodies. I think, and it's not their fault. Everybody's being very challenged right now, right? They're coming at us on all levels, and everybody's saying where, why, and how. And the where, why, and how is inside of ourselves, as you and Melissa know. Melissa, what do you think about it? Everything you've been doing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there's a huge component within ourselves, like the self-love and the self-care. Without that, your body just doesn't have what it needs to heal properly.
Can I say something? So there's a lady on here, and just know this, everyone. Jason and Melissa will be doing BraveHeart Health and Healing Circles, okay, for everybody in the Calgary, Airdrie area, or if you can travel there. It's a 4-day course. You'll get more out of that than I guarantee that you'll get more out of that. I'll give you your money back than you've learned about health in your whole life. You heard what I just said. Now, I will tell you this much. There's another person that commented here, if it's okay with you, Melissa. She goes, why would you ever give up your uterus just because you were pooping in your pelvis? And the reality is do you want to try to answer it or want me to answer it, Melissa? I'd rather you did.
Yeah, I had known it 9 years ago. I didn't have a clue what pooping in the pelvis was, because I've always been, regular, never been constipated. Always been slim, never knew I had any issues with pooping in the pelvis. And it became, because I had just lost my brother, the medical system really, they scared me into thinking that I was going to die if I didn't do this surgery.
Oh, can you hold for a second? Don't just hold that thought. Guess what? I just left Melissa and Jason's place. His name is Fred, and he says, they're amazing. Thank you. How do you like that? What do you want? There's a testimony. Go ahead, Melissa.
And Fred's a practitioner as well. I'm going to pump his tires too.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
So
I don't know.
no,
Did he do the non-surgical? Yeah.
So, and he's in Cochrane. So we're willing to work with other practitioners as well and have each, work on each other with practitioners. Talking about other practitioners and stuff, not, like we said, not everybody has the Cellsonic. We're willing to take our Cellsonic mobile. So if you're a practitioner and you're out there and you have other people, other clients of yours that would benefit from the Cellsonic, reach out to us. We'd be happy to arrange a road trip, come up and meet up with you and a bunch of your clients and make a day of it. And we'll also pay you a finder's fee for helping us put this together and keeping the Cellsonic working.
Yeah, they'll do treatments on you like other practitioners do. You just got another testimonial, guys. And this lady said, I was just there last week and I love their work. There you go. But everybody, just so you know, a Cellsonic is a 25,000 volts. And it's the 25,000 volts is put into a love harmonic. Now, why would somebody want it? Well, let me put it to you this way. So yesterday I worked on 4 different people that actually work with us in Kelowna, British Columbia. And I worked on Zane, tinnitus, okay? Really bad tinnitus, can't get in a car, travel for a long time, get very nauseous. Go to work on him. He's all so calcified like you were, Jason, right thick in here. I did 250 pulses right here with the Cellsonic. That's 25,000 volts in a love harmonic. If I would have tried to go in with my elbow and pull the calcium apart, I would destroy my elbow. The person couldn't take the pain anyway. I did that and I worked on him, and it took me about 8 to 9 minutes, and I totally took what he said, his doctor said was a bone and there was nothing he could do about it. That was totally flat now and gone, and the ringing in his ear was gone, and the nauseousness was gone. So understand something. So, the Cellsonic will go in, it'll help nerves to grow together, it'll help bone grow together. We've actually had somebody that had their spine cut that has helped their spine come together. They're walking again. I'm not telling you it'll do this for everyone, but that's an actual case. Okay, the Cellsonic will shut down stage 4 inflammation. But the reality is yesterday I worked on another gentleman, and his knee, he walked in limping, okay, and he's had this now for 10 years. I hope you know this. 10 years. He's also a professional trainer. So anyways, I did, first of all, what I did was I did 300 on his knee of the Cellsonic, and then I worked on his knee, and I probably worked on his knee for a good 20, 30 minutes, all right? And he called me today. First time in 10 years, no pain, total mobility back. Understand something, everyone. Whether you want to get this or not, there's not a disease that you have that isn't a displaced calcium scar tissue issue. Are you getting this? If you're not getting this, that's why surgery causes the most scar tissue problems. I have a gentleman coming on, and he's going to be talking about how he actually got mesh put on either side of his abdomen, and now he's got tumors growing at the edge of the mesh on both of them because they're blocking everything, and the scar tissue is choking everything off. The more scar tissue you have, the faster you age. The less circulation you're going to have, the less oxygen you get to your cells, the more mutation you're going to have, the more pain you're going to have, the more stiffness you're going to have, the more swelling you're going to have. It's just going to go on and on and on. So, Melissa, go ahead, please.
I forget where I was now.
The pelvis. You thought that you had normal bowel movements. You thought everything was just cool.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
that's the reason I had the hysterectomy. It was the fear that the doctors put in me that I was going to die if I didn't do this. And so, we were newly married. I didn't want to die yet, so I did it.
The problem is people don't know what they don't know.
And
The curse
and
we
you know
all
what?
have.
And that's why compassion is what we're going to show everyone. Some may never want to know.
But that used to be a saying of mine when I was working in the oil and gas industry, because I was selling a technical service. And you try to convince an engineer that you know something technically that he went to school for 5 or 7 years. And it's no different than what we're dealing with here with this kind of practitioner work versus a doctor. They don't know what they don't know. And it's not their fault, like you've said many times. That's just what they were taught. So they went to school for a long time to be taught what they know, which is great, but that doesn't mean they know everything, nor do we know everything. And we always tell our clients, like, do your own homework.
Yeah.
You need to become your own practitioner. You need to understand what your body does and is capable of doing, and trust nobody.
And that's right. And you know what? And that means even challenge Jason, challenge Melissa, challenge me, and understand there's somebody here going, do you know what stiff person syndrome is? It's displaced calcium and scar tissue. I just told you that. I just did a one-a-day this morning, guys, on complex regional pain syndrome, which there is no such thing. There is no morning sickness. There is stagnation and constipation. That's why we get morning sickness. Okay, let me tell you, these are the two I did this morning. Everything is a symptom, people. There are no diseases. Is it possible to reverse and cure stage 4 colon cancer? Understand something. Colon cancer is on the rise faster than any other cancer because we're rotting out. I just told you we're pooping in our pelvis because anybody that eats animal products and it's not free range and organic is taking in antibiotics every day. And if you eat animal products every day and they're not free range and organic, you take in enough antibiotics that is if you took a heavy dose that they would give you for 7 to 10 days. That's the accumulation in 30. And understand, the antibiotics create drill bit predators from your yeast into fungus. They drill through your intestines, and that's what we call leaky gut, autoimmune disease. It's leaky large intestine, and everybody, and even infants that are newborns, are pooping in their pelvis, and that is the undermining of the human race. So let's get it. Can we cure cancer? We can't cure anything. Are you going to change your personality? Are you to change your reality, the way you live, the way you think, the way you drink, the way you eat? And stage 4 cancer is just stage 4 inflammation. And if you've got bowel cancer, and if you're trying to treat it going orally, what a mistake. You want to go in through the back door. And if you want, you can get in touch with Jason or Melissa, or you can give me a call. But everybody, can you do me a favor, Jason? Can you give your phone number, the name of your clinic?
So it's Marpay Wellness.
Yeah.
My phone number is 403-200-3133, and I can be reached at jason@marpaywellness.ca, MARPE wellness.ca.
Thank you. Melissa, would you like to continue your story that I keep interrupting?
Well, I think that was pretty much the end of the story was, you know, it was hysterectomy, and then it was right after my hysterectomy, I did my own research, and that's when I changed my lifestyle. I became a whole food, plant-based vegan, basically, in 2014, and I have been ever since. So I wish I would have done that a year prior, because I would have reversed all of the inflammation that was in my body and reversed the cancer that they could diagnose me with on my own if I would have just known this a little bit before.
Right. And I'm going to just reiterate, because there's a lot of people asking questions. First of all, everybody, I will be starting my live Q&As weekly again. I'll be letting everybody know by tomorrow with my schedule. We've been just rewriting the Perfect Day guide, the fasting guide. We're getting BHN University up and running. But understand this, everybody's on here going, I've got this disease, this disease. There are no diseases, they're just symptoms. And depending on your personality, which means that your prominent, dominant beliefs, if they're negative, this one gives us this. This one gives us that. Everybody better get this, that your personality, if you're not totally loving and enjoying your life, and if you aren't disease free, then you are not your true authentic self. You bought into some BS, okay, about something that you're not, that you're broken, you're unworthy, okay, you're a failure, or who would love you, or you're living with the guilt that somebody gave you. You know what? I think you guys get it, don't you? Jason, Melissa, what do you think?
I think you got that was bang on, actually. That was bang on. Yeah. Oh, I assumed so much guilt after my brother passed away because I thought that I should have been able to help him.
And you were programmed for that because guess what? I love that. I love him. And I could not help him. I failed him. No, you didn't. And this is how they sucker punched us. So Celine Dion is suffering. Well, Celine Dion is suffering. And can we help her? Well, guess what? Jason and Melissa could help her, but guess what? When you get somebody with all that money, the medical system is going to be right there trying to give her the latest, greatest breakthrough. And the greatest breakthrough is that Celine Dion needs to learn how to love and care for herself. She needs to know what high vibration is on all levels. That's how we heal. We are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings. Like Jason was saying at the beginning, Jason, right or wrong, this whole frequency thing, that was a little bit voodoo-ish, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, guess what? Did you know that we are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings? The higher the vibration, the frequency of the food, the drink, the people you hang around with, the way you talk, the way you think. Okay, understand, imagination is everything. Image is everything. We're writing our own story every day, and you better change your story. You don't want his story. You want your story. What do you think, Jason and Melissa?
Well, that's very true. Like, most people don't even comprehend that, first of all. They think that they are writing their own story. They think that they are living their best life. But then within 3 minutes, they're wallowing in self-pity because they feel bad for so-and-so or Celine Dion. Here's your first problem. If you know anything going on with Celine Dion, either she's a relation to you or you're watching crappy TV again.
Yeah, that's right.
So let it go. Focus on being the best you that you can be. Focus on yourself and your loved ones. And even with focusing on your loved ones, you have to let them be first. They have to be first for themselves. You have to be first for yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, how the hell can you take care of anybody else?
And guess what? And that's all we want to give you, everyone. If you go and you live in Alberta, British Columbia, okay, or anywhere even in the United States, and you want to come over and see Jason and Melissa, or if you've got a group and you want them to come down and treat the whole group, there are so many, there are so many Hutterite communities, so many Mennonite communities that we go to help. So if there's any communities out there that would like to really unleash the thunder, okay? Because it's all about scar tissue. It's all about calcification. Please do your homework. Go into the library and watch Reverse the Irreversible. With any condition, you're going to find out I'm right. There are no diseases. Then look at Become Number One at The Art of Number Two. That's all about pooping in your pelvis. That's going on with everyone from the baby that's still in the mother's womb, okay, to all the way to the end, okay? And we just don't get it. And then also go check out this for all of you talking about cancer, the emotional chemistry of cancer, disease, and healing. And then I want you to go see Melissa and Jason. Remember, I am going to back it that you have a money back guarantee. When you go for consultation, when you go for your first treatment there, Wolf Non-Surgical, that we're going to back it up, okay? That you get a money back, okay? We want to know where we failed you, but you will never get a problem from us because guess what? How can you charge people if you don't believe in it? And we believe in what we're doing, and you will see the miracles because your body is the miracle. Jason, what would you like to tell everyone as we close?
So as a close, I mean, for us, yeah, people look at us and say we're still new at it, but I'm telling you, the results that we're seeing from various clients already, I've got confidence that I can take on the entire world. There's not a case out there that I'm not going to tell you, number one, the truth. And number two, I'm going to take a run at it. I'm going to help you out if I believe, and I've got the supporting backup from like people like Daryl, that we can fix this. But it's not on me to fix it, first of all. It's on you. If you're not willing to focus on yourself and make some, in some cases, drastic changes, because we are getting some drastic cases these days, and these people need to make massive lifestyle changes.
Beautiful.
Melissa knows diet better than most dietitians, most nutritionists.
Absolutely.
Hey, oh, whoa. Then most dietitians do not know what a healthy diet is. Jason, please do not put Melissa down on my show.
No, exactly. I know more about nutrition than probably anybody.
There you go. Wham, bam.
Yeah.
She's been focusing on nutrition for over 10 years. And so she's self-educated. And I mean, it's just been incredible adding the two modalities together of the knowledge of the nutrition side with the knowledge and experience now that we're getting from the body work and the cell sonic, all the energy medicine. Yeah. We've got our whole basement's full. It's our clinic. The whole basement is a clinic. And then when the cardiac bed shows up, the cardiac bed is going on the second floor because we don't have enough room downstairs for everything. So we're here to help.
And if you don't mind, Jason, I just want to let everybody know that a cardio med bed, okay, for one thing, when you do a cardio med bed for 1 hour, it's the most powerful exercise regime in the world, and all you did was lay there. I hope you're getting this. This is the God's truth. It will take stiff joints and unstiffen them. It is the most powerful unit in the world to get rid of cellulite, varicose veins. In 3 treatments, it can get rid of impotence. Did you get that? Are you listening, please, everyone? It will, when the heart beats, in between the heartbeats, it contracts. You're using cuffs on the lower leg, upper leg, and pelvic area. It's pumping 60% of the blood up. What do you think it does for Alzheimer's? What do you think it does for constipation? What do you think it does for hip problems? What do you think it does for spinal problems? What do you think it does for uterine, ovarian, prostate problems? Do you understand this, everyone? Did you know that if you do approximately 35 to 37 hours on the cardio med bed, and you can do 2 hours a day, okay, of the cardio med bed, that you can actually, in 35 to 37 hours, and you can go to your doctor to prove us right or wrong, you'll have a brand new set of arteries, even if you have a 92% blockage, and you didn't follow our whole plant-based diet. You didn't do our non-surgical. You didn't do our nutraceuticals. Guess what? This has actually been proven in scientific studies in hospitals around the world. So when we kick in our nutraceuticals, our proper way of detoxification, going in and using Wolf non-surgical to pull the scar tissue apart, using the cell sonic to fracture the calcium so it goes back into your bones. Don't tell me that we haven't got it, because we do. You know, they're talking about the med bed, which now they're talking about how the armed forces will have it, nobody else. And then you're going to have to pay millions of dollars, even if it is true and it exists. Just understand something. If you had perfect circulation, what would you have, everyone? There's the clue. And if I gave you the highest frequency, okay, the highest frequency and sound therapy in the world, what would that do if I put these two together? So think what you want, but understand this. We are electrical magnetic beings. And when we charge up the body and we get rid of the physical blocks such as calcium scar tissue, there's no more swelling, there's no more inflammation, there's no more pain, and there's no more stiffness. All the way from a scar tissue issue to a fibroid to a tumor. And understand, if you've ever had surgery and you live in the area of Jason or Melissa, guess what? Surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else, and I can guarantee you, whatever your sports injury was, whatever your car accident was, even if it was 30, 40 years ago, whatever surgery it was, guess what? Does anybody know what puts people in the hospital and in the nursing home? 3 things. Car accidents, after you've healed, you haven't gotten rid of the scar tissue that was caused. Sports injuries, where you're going and talking, having a beer with the boys going, yeah, I still have this limp that I've been carrying around for 30 years, but I got the goal. And understand, you know what? You can tell the story, but we can get rid of it. You don't have to limp. You don't have to have a cane, a walker, a wheelchair. That is the biggest BS going. We have all been programmed to become victims. Why don't you go back to 1950 and see how many canes you can count in the audience? Go see how many walkers you can find, wheelchairs. Oh, how about this? Why don't you go back to the 1950s and find out if you can find a whole row of depends because everybody's pooping in their pelvis? Now, there's the facts. Okay? Those are the true facts. Okay? All right? So, anyways, Jason, last words. Melissa, last words. And then please let everybody know how they can contact you, okay? Bear with me. Okay, that's 1 second.
Okay, well, I'll take over since he's gone now. My last words is, number 1, learn for yourself. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust us. Don't trust Daryl. Focus on learning it for yourself, because once you learn how to become your own practitioner, you'll know what's right for you. And look at different sources. Going to one source, going to Google isn't going to be your answer. You got to go to different sources. And I think everybody that's on this already understands that. We give everybody that comes to see us the big decisions. We're here to tell you, advise you what you need to do to make changes to become healthy. It's up to you to do it.
Yeah. And I would strongly encourage, there's 2 spots left for this whole life coach. I would strongly encourage, if you have even the littlest inkling that you want to do it, just hop on board. It will not be a mistake.
Husbands, and I said this at the course, and Daryl just put it on last week again. I think he was kissing my butt or something. But I said a pretty bold statement there, and I meant it, and I still mean it today. Husbands that are sending your wives, when you're doing your manly duty of taking and sending your wives to these courses so they can learn and bring it home, get your ass off the couch and participate. Participating from the couch, waiting for her to bring it home to you, you're way behind and you're going to miss it. She's going to be farther ahead, and if your relationship is in shambles, guaranteed she's going to be way ahead of you. Not saying she's going to leave you, but she's going to see the light that I don't know if you're seeing right now. It's well worth the money. The money's nothing compared to the value we took away from that course. So, yeah. My phone number, 403-200-3133.
And you can reach me at 403-831-3525.
The great thing about working with us, guys, is you can work with a male or a female. It's your choice. We don't have any hard feelings. We got a couple of clients that I want Melissa to work on me this week because it's this or that. Hey, no worries. We're just happy to help. We're here to help people find their healing.
And just know this, what type of support will we give the people that actually take our courses?
Oh, well, you're on my speed dial and you answer all the time. There's only a few times when you don't. Typically, that's because you're already working with somebody else.
Or he's on an airplane, maybe.
Or, yeah, there was that one time, too. But, yeah, the support actually has been over the top.
It's going to continue because guess what? You deserve over the top. Understand something. Whether anybody believes this or not, it's like this. You don't have to believe it today, but you're going to believe it within a year or two. That's everybody that's on the platform right now, that we are the new world practitioners because we came to not treat you, but to treat you into training you to become your own practitioner. Correct, Jason? Melissa? We don't want patients. Patients, no. We want people that understand the power of self-healing and self-care, okay? And everybody, I just want to say this, that do check in with Jason and Melissa. We are doing a couple of lectures, one in Calgary, and we're going to be doing another one in Airdrie, correct? And then Sage is going to, I'm going to be doing one on the emotional, nutritional aspects. And then Dr. Sage will be doing one on wolf non-surgical scar tissue and the whole issue. And then the pelvic master trainers that are coming up to train with Melissa, the pelvic course, will be doing actual free lectures too. So there's 3 different lectures that are free to you. So come and take part in them. And the reality is guys, really get to know Jason and Melissa. And in the fall, they're going to be doing their first BraveHeart Healing Circle, where they'll be doing 16 people in a circle. And understand, if you want to crack the coconut, if you want to find your authentic self, if you want to stop being down on your knees begging God, please, if you want to stop terrorizing yourself because you don't have answers, that's what this course is. It's only 4 days. It's a 4-day course where people can really get to know themselves. And for those who want to dive in, you can check out the Whole Life Coach. We're coming to Calgary to do it. We won't be there going back to Calgary for another year. So you either want to take one of these 2 spots, or you're going to join the BraveHeart Health and Healing Circle with Jason and Melissa in the fall. Okay? All right. Look, we're going to do whatever we can, because believe it or not, we don't need to know you to love you. And understand something. Think about this. If you had unconditional love for yourself and you minded your own business and you only focused on what you love to do, what you want in your life and nothing else, and you're able to hold that vibration and nobody could pull that down or distract you or disrupt you, what would your life look like? Well, what would your wife look like? Hey, there you go. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming on. Is there just one last little statement you'd like to give?
Well, that's our client knocking at the door, so we better sign off for now, Darryl. But thanks so much for having us on.
Yep. And reach out to us, guys. We're happy to help. 403-200-3133. Gotta go.
Thank you. And bless the 2 of you for everything that you've done. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. And I will be going back and doing what we call the Q&A, and I will do a Q&A every week. All I got to do is just get myself I'm finishing up the Perfect Day Guide right now and the fasting guide. We just put another 1,000 hours into the Perfect Day Guide, eh, Nat? Yeah, about that. The new one that's coming out for clients. Guys, understand this. You don't have to get it if you don't want. But if you get a consult, it's $150. You don't have to get it from me. Get from one of my people at Consultations on docofdetox.com, or get it from Jason and Melissa. And then guess what? You can buy a real manual from us, Perfect Day Guide, which I guarantee you has more take action steps right from a fever, okay, to stage 4 inflammation than any other book you've ever read, okay? And you get the PDF free when you get a consultation. And a consultation is only $150, and you get lifetime support. And even if your master practitioner guide leaves for some reason, you've got me. My phone number is 469-861-9454. Or you can call the 800 number at 855-900-4544 extension 5. And know this, we have what's called Cultivate Your Inner Garden sale, where our clappers, our love bands, okay, our skin brushes, our enema buckets, and our belly button therapy are on sale right now. Okay, that's it. That's all. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have the best day of your life. 3, 2, 1. I know you got this.